The three body problem in all the reviews that I've read, which is not much since I've like purposefully tried to keep myself from spoilers. But like they've generally regarded like the book as one of the best that you could probably get your hands on. And I mean like almost all of the reviews, like even literally like it's got Barack Obama and George R.R. Martin, which like George R.R. Martin, like he said that this book, or I'm not even sure, but he said like this book was a breakthrough, which honestly I'm kind of confused about because like it's I'm not certain which book he's calling a breakthrough because all of the books have his quote on it. So either like George R.R. Martin read the whole series and thought of it as a breakthrough, or he just said that about like one of the books, and now for like publicity's sake, they just like plastered it all over like the books. But dubious like marketing tactics aside, I went into the book with pretty like very high hopes, and like all like since all these reviews, quotes, and like awards plastered all over the book pretty much just, I guess, like praised the book endlessly, they all just like serve to, I guess, feel my expectations like way high. And honestly, like once I got into the book, I won't say exactly that I was disappointed, but I will say that like my expectations weren't really met. I went into the book completely blind. I like didn't even read the synopsis of the book, so I didn't know what to expect, which like just made me even more excited to flip through the book page after like page as the mysteries were being unraveled and events were occurring one after another. I don't exactly think that this book is a breakthrough of any kind, like contrary to George R.R. Martin. I don't know how like well my, I guess, thoughts or critiques like stand up against his. But I will give it to the book that it's extremely engaging and encapsulating in how it just like literally just grabs your interest and runs through like a maze with it, like forcing you to chase after it, which in turn just takes you through a thrilling sci-fi adventure that's like none other that like I've read of so far. And like so far I've been like purposefully like ambiguous, and I haven't really revealed anything that happens in the story because I think that's probably the best way that you can experience the book free of spoilers and anything that might even like remotely tell you about like the contents of the book. So like be careful when you're like looking through stuff about this book, because like not even like the synopsis is safe to read if you want the best experience for the book. And this is coming from like someone who purposefully like reads spoilers to, I guess, like get hyped about like series is that like I will be reading. In place of the book's synopsis, which I think might give away too much information, my own like synopsis of the book would be the results of humanity's desperation and the consequences that follow it, or rather like the consequences that will follow it. Because if I'm being like really frank, the book is honestly like a prequel to everything that will follow the events of the first book. It's like, for example, your house is burning and you just find out about it. Like you get down to the bottom of like why it's happening, who started it, and like why it started. Like, did it start because you left your sink on, or wait, yeah, sure. Let's just say that you left your sink on and like somehow that started like the house fire. The book is basically like kind of like this situation, but of course like on a larger and more grandiose scale, if I'm saying that right, which will pretty much like leave you on the edge of your seat each like chapter. The story is mainly told through two characters, through the point of view of two characters, Ye Wenji and Wang Miao. I'm not sure if I'm saying their names right, but that's how I like pronounce it like on my readings. Ye Wenji is an astrophysicist and the person who literally just like kickstarts the events of the book series. Like she's like the whole reason that everything is happening. And Wang Miao is a nanomaterial, like quote unquote nanomaterial researcher. I just like kept on reading it as like nanotech, honestly, because I'm not sure what the difference is, but he's pretty much the main person we experience a majority of the book through. And in the circumstance that it's not being told through either of them, the narrator pretty much just takes over. The story sometimes goes back and forth through the timeline, which in other stories I might find annoying, but in the three body problem, it's executed pretty well in a way that doesn't like annoy you too much, and it actually like creates a sense of excitement because every time the timeline changes, like you immediately know that you're like in for a ride. Like you're gonna like find out either more about the world or more about characters and their history. In terms of characters, my favorite character is probably Dashi, who starts off as this seemingly unbearable and overconfident detective. However, as the story progresses, you find out more and more about his character, which just like makes you love him more and more. And this is especially true towards the end of the novel, when everyone has just literally given up hope on humanity because of the hopelessness of the situation that they're in. However, Dashi just like manages to reinvigorate not only the characters in the book, but also like readers who may have believed the situation to be literally impossible with how much of the odds were stacked against them. If you're going into the story thinking that there's going to be crazy character development and crazy wuxia fights like every other novel that I've reviewed on this channel, then you may come out disappointed because this story doesn't really have any of that. What the three body problem does is set a really solid foundation for its upcoming sequels and to pretty much get you hyped for the events that will pretty much follow up, which will be on epic proportions. I wish I could talk more about the story and its contents more, but to be spoiler free and like let you guys experience the story in what I see as the best way possible, I'll end it off here with my encouragement for you guys to read it. If you've been waiting for a score or a rating out of 10, then I'd probably give the three body problem like a rating of somewhere between like 7 or 8 out of 10. I love the story for what it is, but I don't think it's, I guess, as revolutionary or life-changing as other reviews have called it to be. I hope this is not the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy review of novels for me. But yeah, I love this novel for what it is. I enjoy how much, I guess, the author is able to explain these complex math theories, these math problems in a way that's like so fun. Like this book, as much as it is a sci-fi adventure and like horror thriller book, it's also literally a fucking like math lesson with all the equations and all the, I guess, history and stuff that's also in it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Tell me in the comments if you guys, I guess, like agree or disagree with my take, and have a good day.